Hello everyone, and welcome back to Spyro Reignited Trilogy. We are back here in Summer Forest, about to gather the rest of these gems now that we know how to swim underwater. Note that when we're underwater, we cannot breathe fire. Makes sense. I mean, it makes perfect sense, right? If we go through this passageway, should be some stairs here. Now we can actually swim. We actually have full access, almost full access to this level. Get over here, too. There's also some gems here. Dive. If you dive down here, you can see a bunch of gems just lying about underwater. This game has a lot of backtracking in it once you get certain abilities. Okay. So let's move on to the first level of this episode. Idle Springs. I indicated to you guys last episode that this was basically the sister location for Colossus. And yes, it is. You'll notice one similarity. Idols. It's alive! Why is that come alive? There is a skill point in here where we have to land on a specific idol in the level. We'll get to that when we get to that, I suppose. Since we can swim, we can access the entire level.
Spyro! The idols we were carving have come to life! They've locked us out of our temples and stolen our food!
I kinda like the voices they gave in the original. Since the original had them as like a tough construction worker kind of voices. You just flame these idols and they go down. Once we flame each idol in the area, the craftsman will break open. These guys we can discharge. Weirdly enough, the advice on how to beat these guys is behind them.
Those metal shields are making enemies invulnerable to your flame attack. If you press and hold the charge button, you can defeat them with your charge attack.
That's a bit late, don't you think? I suppose it allows them to have you experience the frustration of trying to beat them. Then she tells you the answer. Just in case the player is too dumb to realize. Oh, just charge them. I suppose, again, if this was your first Spyro game you played in this trilogy, you wouldn't know. But then again, why would you? Wouldn't this be your first one? Like I said last episode. Just gotta wait for the craftsman. Yeah, as you can tell, they're basically the same race. They're just not monks. But rather, they're just craftsmen of idols.
To aim the camera left or right, use the right stick.
Camera controls. Maybe that tutorial should have been the first level? I don't know. As usual, there is a power-up in here, but we haven't seen it yet. I think there's a power-up. No, there isn't. Once we've done that.
Spyro, you're pretty tough. If you ever want a permanent job, we've got a place for you here. But for the moment, I want you to have this talisman.
Talk to the foreman, get her talisman. For the level. That we can move on to completing doing everything else in this level. This game always seems like the first part of every level is always the talisman, and then you actually do the level properly. Oh yeah, by the way, down this river, along this river is basically nothing. See, it's basically nothing. We're gonna head over to the first of, I think, yeah, first of 2 orb challenges, which also will involve our skill point. So, figure get the skill point over with early. Down here is our first. Oh, there is power, right.
It's
Talk to the
fabulous
girl.
to see you, Spyro. Now that the supercharged power-up is active, you can charge through the pedestals and send the dancing hula girls over here to help me.
As she just said, all we have to do is go through this power-up, supercharge through all the totems in one go. But first, let's get all the treasures so we're not distracted. Okay. Okay. So, charge through. And we kind of failed there. We're turning too sharply. There we go. We hit all 6.
Look
Lightning
at that.
strike.
The hula girls' ring dance blew up that idol like a Roman candle. Now I can pursue that dancing career I've dreamed of. Take this orb. It could help you go places.
Okay, but we are not done with this section of the map, because if we glide up over here, to the highest point. See that idol head over there? Let's, if we can find a good spot to jump from. I believe this would be a good spot. That is our skill point. If we can land on that idol head, we get a skill point. There's actually a story linked to this skill point, though. It's a rather funny story, too. I actually didn't understand what was being asked of me. This skill point. When I first played this. Boom. Skill point acquired. That's simple. I didn't understand what I was supposed to do with the skill point when I first played this game. I was thinking of a different idol head that I had to land on. Because there's all kinds of idol heads here. There's that idol head, there's that one, there's all kinds. They're all over the place. So I didn't know which idol I had to land on. In fact, where we're going now leads to the idol I thought I had to land on. It turns out it was impossible to land on the idol head I was thinking of. I thought I had to land on that one. That idol head, right there. I thought I had to land on that. You don't. All I have to do is land on that one I just landed on. So, I was being stupid when I first played this game. Land here, get all the gems. Now we can explore down underwater. This has a lot of gems just hidden around. If we didn't pick up the swimming in last episode, we would have had to go backtrack to get it. So we can complete this level, but because we had foresight, we were able to finish this level. We were able to get up here. This is our other
I've been locked in here
challenge.
with all our tools, and the giant idol heads won't let the workers in unless we can solve the 3 puzzles they've given us.
So we have to solve 3
First
puzzles.
puzzle is to turn all these blocks yellow. If you have trouble, come back and talk to me.
Puzzle here is every time we has a typical puzzle is a typical turn everything the same color puzzle. If we jump on this, doesn't just change this, it changes everything adjacent to it. So, if we hop here, and hop here, then hop here, boom.
Wow, Spyro, you did it! I knew you could do it. Now, meet me at the pond for the next challenge.
So yeah, it's always this one, this one, this one, and then this one. I'm sure there are other solutions to the puzzle, but that's one way you can easily get it within 4 jumps.
This idol says he's hungry and won't be satisfied until he's swallowed 10 fish. He's got a sensitive stomach, so watch what kind of fish you feed him.
This idol does not like red fish. In fact, they fixed it so where it shows red and blue fish on the icon. Or blue and yellow fish on the icon. To show you what type of fish he doesn't like. In the original, it just showed a yellow fish. So you didn't know which fish he didn't like until you claimed a fish didn't. There we go.
Okay, Spyro, just one more puzzle to go. I'll meet you over by the colored stones for your final challenge.
These colored stones are an interesting puzzle, though, I will admit. I've grown a bit of an appreciation for that, the colored stone puzzle. It's quite interesting. It cracks me up if they actually hit themselves. Okay. Color stones.
If you jump on these stones in the correct order, you will solve the puzzle. I only know what the first one is. It's up to you to figure the rest out.
The puzzle here is the center is the first stone. Right? So, what we have to do is we have to match. We have to transfer to the next stone that either has a matching shape, color, central shape, central color, or a switch shape. So since it's a star, we have to go to another star. Since this is a octagon, we have to go to another. This is a matching octagon. Now this is where the color comes in. Notice that there are no squares or octagon switches left. There's only a star moon shape, and circled triangle shape, and a star triangle shape. We have to go to the matching color, which is this one. Then we go to a matching central shape. Then matching switch shape. There we go.
Nice job, Spyro. You're pretty smart for a dragon.
It took me a while to figure that puzzle out.
Thing I found in our toolbox.
That's how we get our last orb. That we have all orbs are collected, and we are 5 off of completing the level. We missed a gem as usual. Seems like that's become a habit for me. There he is. In the water. There we go. Now we can leave. This is the last level for the first part of the central hub world. There's a second area that we have to swim to. Turn back. Oh, interesting thing. This ending cutscene likely a reference is likely a reference to Friday the 13th. Emerging from the water. It's even more apparent when you actually see the cutscene from the perspective of the original, because it's at night. Anyway, let's head to the next section of the hub world by going through here. Whee! Go. Now we can enter here. Switch.
You're well on your way, Spyro. Keep collecting talismans to help us defeat Ripto before he can take over Avalar. Oh, and keep collecting those orbs, too. The professor thinks they will help you get back to the dragon world.
Yep, and they do. Also, if you don't like the camera...
Are you enjoying the active camera mode? If you don't like it, I can set it back to the passive mode.
You automatically start in active mode. Passive mode
Okay.
basically has it not really move on its own when you move. I prefer active mode, but some people might prefer passive mode. You just talk to Hunter if you want to switch. Here's another section we cannot do yet.
I saw something shiny at the top of this wall. You could probably get it, but you'll have to learn how to climb first.
And we don't know how to do that, so we can't do it. The switch basically goes between two doorways. We hit it, we can get passage to this area, where Moneybags wants our money, as usual. I think we can spend some of our money ahead of time to get access to some levels.
Say, Spyro, you see this wall here? I bet you're dying to know what's on the other side. If only I had a few more gems, I might be able to remember how to lower the wall.
I hate Moneybags.
Yes, the sparkling beauty of those gems seems to have jogged my memory.
You have to pay with gems to access everything. Access to a lot of things. This game. I mean, at least it gives gems a purpose other than collecting them. That unlocks our access to Aquaria Towers, which we won't be doing until, I think, next video? I believe. Now we can check out the other side. We can activate this gate.
Nice work, Spyro! The orbs you're carrying have activated the special portal. You won't find a talisman in Ocean Speedway, but if you're fast, you'll get lots of treasure. Have fun!
Yeah. That's our speedway for this world. We'll be dealing with that soon. If we close this gate, keep this door closed, and then use lighting to get over to the other side, we can get through here and get an orb. Okay. To our next level! Uricos. Few things about this level, too. Run, thieves. Anyway, one thing of note here is the fact that you can see the ocean in this Reignited Trilogy version. In the original version, the level looks like this. Completely blank. You can't see the ocean. The concept was intended to have an ocean connected to it, but the original game didn't have an ocean. There. Another interesting thing is these
We've
little guys.
always had trouble with the gear grinders, but now they've set up force fields to separate us. If you find diodes, you can use them to turn off the force fields. I think there's a diode around here somewhere, but my eyesight isn't what it used to be.
These electrols, as they're called, in the original, they were all voiced by Tom Kenny. And that's especially obvious with this video clip here.
We've always had trouble with the gear grinders, but now they've set up force fields to separate us. If you can find diodes, you can use them to turn off the force fields. I think there's a diode around here somewhere, but my eyesight isn't what it used to be.
Yeah. It's SpongeBob. So in the original, SpongeBob voiced all the Electrons. Mind you, Tom Kenny still does the voice for some of these. Some of them. But ultimately, they actually do vary now. They're not all the same voice. There is a skill point here connected to these windmills. We have to break every single one of these windmills in this level. If we do, we get a skill point. In the original, the windmills were there, and you got an extra life for breaking them all. So I'm guessing that's where the idea of skill points giving extra lives came from. Let's open all of this. So, we're gonna have to be on the lookout for windmills. Whether required windmills or those little optional windmills. Okay, got them all. Okay, got it. Moving on. But the main point of this level is just to get the diodes. Move on to the end of the level. As always, we will deal with the orbs later. You'll notice some hard lock chests and the fact that we can't mash these. That'll be solved in a few. With the power up for this level. Let's keep continuing. We needed 2 diodes overall. Open some boxes. Ooh, extra life. Extra life's a lot more plentiful in this game than the first one. Diode. Stray gems. Okay, that should cover it. Blendo diode. this level is in fact, theoretically, is the level that's theoretically connected to Glimmer. Only on the sense that a workforce has been interrupted by Ripto's actions.
Thank you, Spyro. You've deactivated all of the electric barriers. We've been guarding this tower from the gear.
Yeah, all the
grinders.
Electros have different
Please,
voices.
take it as a reward.
There's our talisman. And our portal home, but we aren't done here as usual. We still have some work to do. Now that we have activated the power-up of the level, we can now supercharge at these windmills. Break them. If we hit the switches, it slows down these propellers. Also allows us to break open this. First thing we're going to do is we are going to hit all the switches and break all these little windmill things. Straight jump. That other windmill we have to go around to hit. Hold on. As usual, it is a supercharge challenge. Supercharge puzzle. Don't we just love those? I mean, at least it's not treetops. Nothing will ever be as hard as treetops. This is just me being an idiot. There we go. Get rid of that. That'll slow down that propeller.
Spyro, do you see that big building over there? The gear grinders are using it to steal our electricity. Please help us by shutting down the machinery inside.
That is our next task. Basically, just have to make our way across these platforms. Since we slowed down the propellers, we can actually just move right through. There's nothing hidden behind here. Wish there was, but... Oh, I see some stray gems. I missed. We have to work our way back up. It'd be embarrassing if we had to search for 2 gems. Because I didn't pick those up. Yeah, the jumps on these propellers are that hard until you reach, the second part of this challenge.
Spyro, you have done well so far. You could have this little trinket for good luck. If you have any questions about shutting down the factory, just ask me.
Boom.
The next glides get tricky. You'll have to use your hover maneuver to make them. Press the action button during a glide to hover. And remember to press the action button when you're very close to the windmill, or you won't make it.
And that is true. I personally, I think the grading on that is a little high, but high for the challenge you need. skill you need, but you basically just have to glide at the end of... Basically just have to hover at the end so you can catch the windmill. And if you fall at any point, you can basically, there's a whirlwind that forms for this section. This should be the last windmill, or skill point? We missed a windmill. Annoying. Hold on. I am going to find that windmill, because that should have been the last windmill. I'll find it. Let's get back to where we were. Ride this, we can go all the way, get back up. That's gonna annoy me. That is really annoying. Thought I got all the windmills.
Factory is in that room, but, it's awfully noisy in there.
The only reason why he didn't get it was because it was noisy.
Thanks for shutting down the factory. Here, I found this stuck between the gears. You can have it if you want.
And there's our first orb. Not that challenging of a, well, challenge. Mostly a platforming challenge. Now, I am going to find that final... Hopefully we find that final windmill where we're going next. We're heading off to the next and final orb. Oh. There's one. There it is. Skill point acquired. It was on our way. I was panicking way too much. This challenge essentially became easier in this remaster. Because these thieves no longer have AI.
These gear grinder thieves keep taking our lightning stones. If you can replace them all and activate our generator, I'd be very grateful.
We just have to replace all the lightning stones and defeat the thieves. There are 10 thieves. That we have to defeat. It's much easier to aim these. Yeah, you see how they just ran right past me? They actually have no AI attached to avoid me. Absolutely none. In the original, they would actually dodge you. Now we just wait. Basically, you have to wait till the thieves actually pop up. Place the orbs. They take. I generally like to just go back and forth between these two plateaus. Do the job of replacing things. Also, these orbs, these lightning stones, bounced more in the original, making them harder to place in their pedestals. There we go. Go back here. This is just basically just takes time. Is all. You just have to go back and forth, back and forth. Back here and there. Take this orb with us. This one. It's 8. Basically, you just have to keep doing this until we've killed 10 and replaced the orbs. In fact, it actually could be said that you don't really need to pop these orbs in at all. The only requirement really is the thieves. Once you've killed 10 thieves, then you just have to replace the orbs. Orb is not fixed. Oh, there it is. There.
Thank you, Spyro. I found this shiny thing mixed up with our lightning stones. Please, take it as a reward.
And there's our last orb. Orbs completed. Level completed. Let's head back. Supercharge! Aw, I wanted to supercharge through.
Huh?
Now for their revenge. Revenge of the Electrolls. In the original, that cutscene got a bit darker. Basically he would, the other Electro basically knocked him down, and basically knocked him out. Anyway, that's it for this episode of Spyro, the Reignited Trilogy. If you enjoyed this video, like, comment, and subscribe for more. Without further ado, Dirk's here. Oh, right. Before I end, I guess I have to do is to say where we're going next. I'm guessing we are going to Sunny Beach and onward. As you can see, there's quite a few more levels in this than in the first one, and we don't have to do a world intro every single week. That'll be less work for me. Anyway, as always, Dirk's here.